Hello, everyone. We're going to do something different. We want to work with English in different ways. And I have students that are at different levels of learning. Some are just learning English. Some are very advanced and they need new subjects to learn English in. So we're going to go through a book together. I'm actually going to go through chapter by chapter, and we're going to look at the grammar and talk about the ideas of Siddhartha by Herman Hesse. This is kind of the Western version of the Buddha. So the Buddha, his name was also Siddhartha or Gautama Buddha when he became the Buddha. And we will see differences between the Siddhartha of Herman Hesse and the Siddhartha of Buddha. Okay? The Buddha wouldn't, Siddhartha in this book is a Brahmin. Buddha would have been a Kshatriya, I believe, because he was born of a king. We can talk about this a little bit today, about the caste system and how to look at this. But Hesse would not have been, he's not a native Indian. He's not an Indian at all. So he would have gotten these ideas secondhand. Okay, so we're going to see his view of the Buddha. In this book, Siddhartha, who is not the Buddha, is going to meet the Buddha at the end. But Siddhartha is going to have his own journey. He's going to encounter similar things that the Buddha did. So let's talk about who was the Buddha. The Buddha was a prince in Nepal, probably in around 500 BC. So this is before Alexander went into Persia and all of this. It's old. So the Buddha was Indian. He was reacting to Hinduism, it seems, or at least Brahmanism. So the Buddha was a king who was kept from the world. He was a prince. His father did not want him to see anything that was any pain or anything in the world. But one day he was out in his carriage that others would be carrying, and he looked and he saw people that were starving. He saw people on the street that were starving, or maybe a dead person. I think he saw a dead person as well. And in this story, the Buddha realized that there is evil in life, that there is suffering in life. And the Buddha was not happy to be a prince anymore. He left, and he searched far and wide, did many things that Indians did to try to find enlightenment. Enlightenment is to discover the ultimate good, or it means a lot of things. But the Buddha found his own way to escape suffering. One is to accept that there is suffering in the world. And then the other is to experience truth directly. Some people say that Buddhism is a godless religion, that there's really not any gods. But Buddhism really acknowledged the gods of what we would think of as Hinduism. It just says that those aren't the truth. They are part of the truth. The Buddha is tempted, just like we know of Jesus. And in fact, this time period of the Buddha is called the Axial Age. If you read this great book by Gore Vidal, maybe we can do that one next. It's called Creation by Gore Vidal. It goes through all of the kingdoms through a story, goes through all of the kingdoms that were affected by this axial age, and even Christianity, which came out of Judaism. Jesus, if he lived, I don't know, that preaching was affected by the Buddha. The Buddha's preaching, we can see it in Jesus' preaching. He was 500 years after the Buddha. But many things changed. Lao Tzu in China, Confucius, Gonzi, I forget. I'm sorry, I don't remember. Also in India, there was, I'm going to forget a lot of these. There were other people in India as well. So Siddhartha, though, is coming from a Western perspective, and we are going to see a character that is a little bit different. He also, Siddhartha in this, is going to see suffering in the world. But he's going to have a different goal. We're going to discover this, and we're going to compare what is this, how is this maybe some Western culture in this? Siddhartha is a Brahmin. So in India, there are four castes, four main castes. The Brahmin, the Kshatriya, the Vaishya, and the Shudra. It's thought of that these make up the body of, what is it, Bharat or something, I forget. But the Brahmin is the head, and they are priests. They are the ones that know the language, Sanskrit, the old language. Buddhism took on a vulgar form of this. Vulgar means of the people. It was called Prakrit, or actually it's Pali. Buddha had Pali. So the Buddha spoke in the people's language. Just like Jesus spoke in Aramaic and not Hebrew. There's various forms of this. The priests knew Sanskrit and they knew the Vedas. The Vedas, which were the holy books. Kshatriyas were the kings and warriors. Kings and warriors. So all the kings that you know in India, they would have been Kshatriyas, basically. Vaishyas are the, you're going to have to help me. I think they are, they're the sellers, shopkeepers, sellers, merchants, that's what I want to say, merchants. They're the merchants. And the Shudra are the servants. If we fill out this person, the Brahmin are the head, the Kshatriyas are the strong arms of the person, the Vaishya are the legs, and the Shudra are the feet. Well, there are people under them too, right? These are, if you know anything about Gandhi, these are the untouchables, sometimes they're called. Dalit is also another word, or Harijan. Harijan, which means people of God, I believe. These are the people that are under the caste system. And again, this gets into some difficult subjects. So I'm not saying how India is right now, okay? That's very complicated. But the untouchables would be under, and they would do things that these people would not do. So they would clean up feces, clean up poop, right? They would handle the dead. And they would not be able to be touched by these. Okay? So this is what we're coming out of. The Buddha, I believe he actually would have been a Kshatriya. But in this, Siddhartha is a Brahmin. And his friend is going to be Govinda. Govinda is another word for, I believe, Vishnu, which is Krishna, if you know Krishna. Krishna is an avatar. Remember the movie Avatar? He's an avatar of Vishnu. Okay? So next time we will start on Siddhartha. We will look at the story, but we will also look at grammar, pull out some vocabulary, and we will learn about India. Maybe you are from India. I think if you're from Eastern Asia, if you're from East Asia, you're going to recognize some things in this, because East Asia got, through Buddhism and through Hinduism as well, received a lot of these ideas. Okay, so I think this will be a lot of fun. It's not a huge book, and we're going to work through it slowly and talk through it. So see you next time.